Hey! I just realized I haven't done this. Hey, zoom all the way. Thank you. It didn't listen to me. I don't like it when it does that. But listen, I hope you guys had a great day today. I can close that out of that. Ooh, I have all those open. Don't need all those tabs open. And that's closed. Hell yeah! Yes, we're back to more vampirism because, it's cool. I'm just saying, vampirism is one of the best kinds of immortality to get. Because, theoretically, if you're a full vampire, a true vampire, depending on some stories, this isn't true. Like Baldur's Gate 3, actually, D&D specifically, is if you're able to turn other people. Because then I'd be able to turn my family, my friends, we'd all be able to live together forever. You know, it'd be great. It'd be great. And my aunt wouldn't have died, and that would have been great. Anyway, here we are. Immediately, this guy, we picked him up. He was raving about something.
We'll have a word in my office later, Jonathan.
Yes, father. I don't know why that sounded like a dad talking to his, like, scolding his child.
It's locked, all right.
I have heard that this game becomes much more open world-ish later on. What was it? V? It was V. Okay, so I can't use it as a cutscene. What is this?
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Why should I eat this guy? Is it because we just watched him murder someone? Oh, he's gonna die anyway. That's why.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood.
Oh,
Calm
is this
yourself.
a choice?
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Oh. Oh? Press for details. I don't think he's very... Honestly, I don't think he's healthy unless it's just the quality of the blood.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
So are you.
That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Yeah, so... Okay, no relationships that we know of. Hints. I feel like, you know, as we unlock these, this becomes more worth it. I think it's not worth it to kill him now. Oh, I hit Q to memorize. Okay, that was just to sniff him.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Are they gonna force me to actually kill him? Or release him. Embracing will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware there will be consequences. I've heard there are also consequences to leaving them alive as well. By collecting their hints and increase their experience. I think it is smarter, both as the new doctor of this hospital and a vampire, to release him.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Don't say that out loud. Shouldn't we leave him to a doctor's office? Aren't we? I thought I was leading him to the doctor's office. Am I not going to save his life? So, yeah. Shame we can't look at that body.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
Fair. Fair. Anyway, look at all that blood. Okay, nothing we can do with it. So I guess I'm just leaving him there. The achievement said our first meeting with him, so obviously he lives. But I thought I'd be taking him up here, like, follow me into the fucking hospital? Oh, these tents are exactly like the flashback tent. Ah, hello, nurse. Pleasure to be working with you in the future.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir.
How much about us?
I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
I think this is a personal question, but sure, have it be separated. Tell me about the staff.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them.
Most?
Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
I guess. Sure.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
That's fair.
Why
She's
should
looking
his
at,
age
like,
be a
past me.
problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
That's fair. I'm not going to say speak up. What's the situation?
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy.
That's all hospital.
More lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
We know the invisible enemy.
Do you think this hospital
I guess we need
can
to learn more
survive
about it.
the epidemic?
We're
Us-wise,
all
game-wise.
volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Understandable.
I'm not familiar with all the
Oh,
staff
no,
yet.
I already said
Perhaps
this.
you...
Brilliant professional.
Most of them.
It would...
Whoops. It was, yeah. Personal questions. Hint required, I see. Okay.
Goodbye, nurse.
Call me. Call
Dr.
me.
Swansea asked me to collect...
Oh, hey.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
My apologies.
I found a
Sorry.
wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
I see. That's how he survives.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Oh.
Thank you.
Already got my name on the door.
Nurse Crane, isn't it?
I've never had
Yes,
my name on a
Dorothy
door.
Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Ooh, that's some good blood.
I would like to ask a few... And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
They like to look directly at me past our character. I don't know. It's weird.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
We've only just met tonight.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
I can see that. I'm gonna, maybe to get a hint.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Oh, that's sad. I'm not gonna ask where my room is, because I know where it is.
Thank you,
I
Nurse
should. Listen, I'm trying to not draw attention to myself too much. Gwyneth. Have we talked to Gwyneth? I don't think so.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh no, this was her.
Goodbye, Nurse.
That was the same woman. Same woman. Do the influential hospital no longer takes any patients. Hospital full. Please go back. Imagine trying to go to a hospital and you read that. That's got to be the most depressing thing you could ever read. Get it? Is Dr. Reed? I'm sorry. Oh, they're inside. Makes sense. Makes sense. Anything back here? My gamer sense is tingling. But nothing. Gwyneth. Volunteers, of course.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Also, yesterday I was like, what war were they in? My dumbass didn't remember World War I. My dumb ass was like, I wonder what war. Hello, good sir.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience
That's
you
what I was
in
wondering.
some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Okay, this is an understandable attitude,
Since
honestly.
your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time, his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
I respect this guy. Disapproves of modern medicine methods. Well, bro, honestly, that's such a backward rational thought to disapprove of them with, because the ancient ones are fucking barbaric. You know what I mean? Like,
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
I'm not gonna say I've proved myself.
Thank you for your
I'll save
time.
that for later, when I've
We'll
actually
talk
proved
later.
myself. Well, good to meet someone who doesn't like me. Can I talk to the patients?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Go with this. How's your stay?
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient
That's
here?
obvious.
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you.
Would a cold cloth
It's like
help?
the flames are under my skin,
Or maybe a warm
burning
cloth?
away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Then, if it hurts to speak, let's not bother him anymore. He says as he looks at... Let's one more.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve?
If you don't mind me
I
asking.
really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
None taken.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
I wish I could be
sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
You wish you could be sick again? What was that?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
Oh!
You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed.
Hello.
If you must know, I'm a vampire.
Come talk to me. Come talk to me in my office. Would you like to know a secret?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
It's cute. Because I'm a vampire.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here.
No, she's just hanging out.
Right, Miss Howcroft.
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby.
Yeah, I don't think she's a vampire.
I feel them watching
I think
me
we would've
every
been able
time
to
I
tell.
visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see.
Maybe you should be more quiet
Don't
about
worry.
it. If they're
These
hunting.
people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Aw, she cares. A new citizen investigation is available. Interesting. Citizen investigations are displayed here, categorized by districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it. Wait. So how do I? Okay. Untrack track. Got it. Got it. Anything?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
Sure.
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
Oh, such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Yeah.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
She looks the same as everyone else, but maybe she is a vampire. Hello, sir. Who are you? We're gonna be talking to a lot of people,
Good evening,
I guess.
Mr. Hampton. How do you
it's
feel?
Mr. Hampton.
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What does he mean? What do you mean flock?
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
You are a hero or a fool? That's
Why
crazy.
did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Right.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Fair.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
So we like Tom.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Or maybe
not really.
Make friends with.
Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Fair enough. Despair, though.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Ooh.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Interesting.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
That's good of them, I guess. That's all I got, other than... Wow, I have all of them.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel...
Perhaps he needs a blood
empty.
transfusion.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care
What about me? I'm
Thank
better.
you, sir. I believe all I need is rest.
No, you need blood.
Then I can go back to the people.
You'll
who
be
need
weak
me.
for a long time otherwise.
What do you do for a living, Mr.
Looks like
Hampton?
a priest.
I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Little did he know it would have really worked.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
I see. That's fair.
Goodbye,
That's all I
Mr.
got.
Hampton. We'll
That's all
talk
we
again
got.
later.
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
It's locked.
Locked. Okay. Right. That's a very narrow doorway. Alright, time for this side. Anyone else? Is everyone asleep on this side?
I'm so tired. Will this shift never end?
Dorothy Crane, we know her. We don't know you, we know you. Good to meet you, sir.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea.
Oh, so
informed
a
us of
fanboy.
your
Okay,
arrival,
I
but
prefer
could
the
not
hater.
dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Please.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Ah. Ooh, he's right there, though. Sure.
What do you think of
Oh,
Dr.
I
Ackroyd's
forced him.
aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Interesting.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival,
That's not
I
what I'm
can't think
asking.
of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
They probably
You want
died.
me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see.
Very well.
Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
New quest.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work.
We know
concerning
that.
Blood transfusion, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, I know that.
I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Tell me about
I
it.
based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
This guy's brown-nosing the fuck out of me. I want to say flattery is useless. But I'm gonna say I'll be glad to help you.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Is that it? Personal questions. Right.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment.
I don't mean to.
with new
When they're
medical
blue, I
techniques.
force them. Okay, I gotta learn that.
A patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him?
Good
Prove your
question.
point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
I mean, I want to say you must remain neutral, but
Tell me Mr.
before I
Fiddick's
make the
story.
decision.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
I am going to say it, though.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears.
Now I'm talking to the real him. I'm liking this guy more.
Comprised of blood, bones,
Behind
and
the
flesh.
brown nosing, this guy's a good dude.
Goodbye, Dr.
I learned a new hint about the other guy, but we're gonna save that for later. Oh, there's Fiddick. We haven't talked to you yet. We know about you.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
It's funny, though.
Are you
It's very real.
satisfied with your treatment here?
No.
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances,
You heard that.
you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about
I wish I
yourself, Mr.
could.
Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna force this out of him.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Yeah, that,
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
No. Not your fault, actually, at all.
You
It's the
can't
Germans'
hold
fault.
yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Is there anything else that's bothering
Oh, I can hit E for a medical checkup.
Can I help in any way?
I'm all right.
He asked us
Considering
for
the
help.
state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Okay, his blood is almost maxed out. So that means, yeah.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Ellen didn't bring them with her that night.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, we don't have that hitting yet, and we can't get it yet.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll
probably
see
get
you
it from
later.
someone else.
I always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Unfinished letter. We're just taking Finnick's letter? As for a few bob, he won't refuse to spare you if you. Oh, he's telling his kids to ask his friends for money, his co-workers. Yeah, just take all that, sure. Oh, this is a big hospital. And we can go outside. No one out in here, okay. Just gotta double check. They don't have a heartbeat. Nurses, sign up type stuff. I think we've met everyone on the first floor. Well, at least on those two wings. Yep, Velma. Oh, there's more. This is a storage room. What are you? Hello. Thank you. Now. Well. Does it keep it open? Okay. Okay, stay in the hospital. Stay in the hospital. What's in here? Just an unused room leading outside. Okay. Anyone here? How much of this is just going to be talking to people today? Hello. Able to cut through bone. Okay, so definitely use that. Offhand gun. Why can't you be gun? No, I want that so we can. Well, I'm assuming actually any of these can stun people. Hell, what's medical file? 28. Heavily burnt. Yeah, that guy. That guy. Might be able to upgrade some stuff in the crafting now.
I cannot enter.
Whose name is this? Ackroyd. Reed, I got my own office. You'd love to see that.
This must be the place.
It's huge!
It's definitely away from prying eyes.
Can we shut the door?
Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own.
Okay, don't get all...
At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Egotistical about it. A kingdom of my own. Fucking lame ass. Yes, we can probably upgrade some stuff now. Ooh, we can analyze this blood sample of William Bishop. Light regeneration serum. I'm assuming we're gonna get those green things working. Now, can we upgrade you? We can. Hell yeah. Or you can upgrade with these. Cool. Good to know. John. Not yet. What about you? No.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
Interesting. Real quick. I kind of want to try the two-handed, but I want to try the upgraded thing.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it.
You can feel it.
I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time.
Yeah, time is infinite.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Can I get it water? Article on Econs. It's a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire. Oh! Psychological traits assigned to supernatural speed, mesmerism, blood awareness. Yes, all these things. Anyway, so I can't get the plant water. Whack. Yes, I got that from this now. Okay. Absorb blood points from the weapon hits. Absolutely. That is... yes. Okay. We have a lot of experience, right? Do we have 1,000? No, so we can't get one of these. Which is a bummer. We can get this. Blood barrier, coagulation. Coagulation might not be bad. But so could these. We're not upgrading this. 2,000. Understandable. I could almost get 3 things. Let's get endurance up. Twice. So we can just keep hacking and slashing more. Right, I gotta confirm. Gotta remember, I gotta confirm.
Oh. If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Quite true. Can I get this thing some water, please? Oh. Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the 2nd floor for we use the, austere. I don't know that word. That's a word I don't know. It's rare I find one of those. My sister's an English major. I know a lot of words. But Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also gave orders to let you rest, and for the staff to never enter your room. You will be able to sleep all day without being disturbed, and work at night without raising any suspicions. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice there's an open window with the scaffolding that will allow you to enter and exit the hospital without being noticed. Oh, this guy's thought of everything. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this must all be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand what you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know that you're not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you these dark times we are all presently facing.
I don't have all night.
I hope your future collaboration will be yours sincerely. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what Econ in the last few years. Yes! Is someone calling for me? Is that what they were saying? I don't have all night? I'm sorry.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
I understand.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
No.
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this?
Probably the basement?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street.
Hell
On
yeah.
my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Alright, immediately. That's... What a crisis to have on our first day. Immediately, drug shortages. We can leave this way. So what are these faces? Are those people I can learn about and bite? Oh, no, the face is gone on my little mini-map. Interesting. But, to the storeroom first. Why are all these lights on in people's houses this late? Yes, it's this.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Oh fuck. You bit me? Bitch. Yes, get in the line. New blood. Oh no! Ah! Oh no, I thought this was a dead body. No. Alright. What's in here? Oh, the hospital? I don't think so. Maybe. You guys drop anything? No? Okay, back in here. Thank you. Bullets! Hell yeah. That was ominous. District status healthy. This place is definitely gonna have scowls, isn't it? If I had to guess. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Nope. Can't pick you up. It was just a reflection. No. Okay. Nothing in this room. Why do morgues always have to be creepy? Always. I guess it's an abandoned morgue, so it's just creepier. Oh. Hello, sir. Sir, if you could stop hitting me.
Is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain.
What about this guy?
Sickness moves faster than influenza.
Was this guy just dragged in here then? Oops, wrong button. I assume he was dragged in here. It's not a skull.
It's locked.
It's locked, huh? What are you? Can't even interact with it.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Okay, the basement. What about that door across the way? That'd be my first. Where'd you come from? In your blood. Thank you. Hell yeah. I checked in here, right? No.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. but they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Hell yeah. I know what that all meant. Totally new. Anyway, let's go check this out. Another body. Nope, can't go that way. Alright. Also, let's try out the shotgun. Nope, can't open that. What about you? No. Okay, so up here is useless. Let's go to the basement behind the eye. That scared the fuck out of me. I saw you, motherfucker. That actually scared me. Oh my god. We're dealing with vampires here. We're in a morgue. Something has already appeared behind me once.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
So then why was Tom after blood? Not Tom, the guy Tom knew. Where'd the other one go? Okay, over there. Get dodged, motherfucker. Now. Let's heal a little bit. Oh. Bro is doing a dance. Anything lootable here that we need? Hell yeah. I don't want to open it yet. I want to explore everything. Okay, fine, we'll open it. Oh! Who left a person down here?
It's locked, all right.
Blood absorb. Just acquired an offhand weapon. Correctly absorb blood. Okay, so it doesn't do any damage, but it does blood absorption. I don't know. I'm kind of good with the damage right now. I do like the stun, though. Oh, wait, don't I have... No, I didn't. I didn't end up.
It's locked.
I want to read the medical chart. Fisherman... Fast progressing pneumonia. Okay, so this is one of the
Mr.
first
Connor's
pneumonia.
injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
What are you talking about?
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
Oh.
A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Interesting. Wait, Tippett's. We haven't even met the guy yet. It's the old guy. Okay. Can't go in there. The other side of the morgue. What's in here? Oh. Kind of spooked me a little bit to actually see movement there. Alright, let's go this way. Start going back to where we entered so then we can explore fully. Okay, this is where we entered. That's where we just came from. What is in here? John Doe. I know how to lock onto enemies, I just don't want to. I don't like how it locks on. Okay, fine. Rude, Mr. Doe.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
What is this? Has a light? Okay, so it's actually not an item. Normally when you do that with an item, with a book, it's like you're gonna pick up the book.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Okay, walk over his body. Okay, pointless to walk over his body. Let's do it again. Oh. Ah, I see. Even though I could have just climbed over it, but that's whatever. Ooh. Crafting table. Enigmatic formula. Ooh. Treatment for cold, bronchitis, pneumonia, sepsis, anemia, fatigue. And then that is light blood serum. Interesting. I can almost make sepsis. I can almost make... Ooh. I can make one for fatigue. I'm going to save these till I know I need one. Okay, can't go in that there. Can't go there. So is my quest here done? Find out who's spying on Thelma. Cope with the epidemic. Cure the treatment for fatigue. Okay, that is what I need. Let's get one. I believe there's a crafting table back at the hospital, so that will work. And I believe we're going to run into someone walking out of here. If my gamer senses are telling me anything, it's we're going to be meeting someone outside the boss that we just fought. Maybe someone we can get for blood? Okay, can't go out that way. Oh, hello. Look at all these skulls here, man. It's leading me this way. Okay, there's multiple. Okay. We're getting the hang of it. Anyone else here? Thought that was a person out there. Alright, let's leave. Finally. Good lord. Alright, let's head back to the hospital. Let us go in. Why does it want me to look for senses? Dorothy Crane in the patient's room. There's a lot of more unknown people here now.
I have wasted my blood and soul.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently...
Yeah, everyone knows this.
...in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Why would I mesmerize her here? And why would I do a medical checkup here?
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Okay, now I'm gonna say get a grip.
You must get a hold of yourself.
Now I'm gonna say it.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
So you can answer these in either question, and it'll actually make sense that you're asking the next question. It's interesting they've done that.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
I won't. I'm gonna say you're right.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter.
You don't.
But I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual. Especially concerning doctors.
Yeah.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
Well, I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned. Milton is not the chatty type.
I'll leave him alone then until I have to talk to him.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Damn. Okay.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. It's locked, all right.
Where? Which? Oh, it's this.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
This way. This way. This way.
Outside, Dr. Reed. I know that Pembroke will prevail and survive this.
Here we go.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Interesting. Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Okay. Hello, sir. How are we doing?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking
I
care
have
of
the...
you?
Yes.
This doesn't seem
Could
like
you at
fatigue.
least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Press E to check medical status.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
It's our job. You're not a burden.
You are not a burden, sir.
Exactly.
Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Treatment for fatigue, -1. Recovering. I won't talk to him
I
more.
have to go now,
His
sir.
throat hurts.
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Who are you?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Didn't I just help him?
How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick.
Yeah, I just helped him.
Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
I might not get the opportunity to talk to her again.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
That actually makes me angry.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Anyway, I already helped your son. I want to talk to Edgar, though. Remember, citizens' blood will prevent you messing. The game is tempting me more than anything else. Of your mesmerized level or below and choose wisely. Excuse me, sir. Gotta go up. And then in here, I presume?
It's locked.
No. In here, yes, that's his name.
Please, Jonathan.
Oh, he was waiting for me like, yes. I'm so smart. Look at me.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body.
Okay, don't kiss it.
Biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be also...
Okay, so his blood quality is already maxed, even though...
New to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
Very.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events.
We get to study it.
The world's most eminent
I understand why
specialist in
he's...
blood transfusions, a vampire.
And that too.
One might say a gift from heaven.
Maybe.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
No need to
There's
apologize.
no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
I'm wondering, my character was so quick to be like, ah yes, you want me to kill them. And it just feels like, I don't know, maybe being a vampire has already made him more violent? By the way, we're not going to be doing that this time. I am, however... Okay, so this is where we can leave whenever we want. And we get the old safe room light. I am gonna... Let's get a new power. We have over 1,000 right now. I'm thinking Shadow Mist. But the claws could be good too. But I like the sound of the AoE better. Okay, so we'll do that. Then let's just get 50 more health. Why not? We'll do that. Yeah, confirm. Thank you. I was holding the button. The following night. Oh? I didn't know this would actually be bad. Or something this would continue like this. Every night, the consequences of your actions may improve or degrade the health status. It may also degrade due to diseases spreading amongst citizens. The more lives you take, the unhealthier the district becomes. If the district's health status drops below the critical threshold, it will plunge into chaos. So we're at 96% right now. We're only missing 3 people in this district. Mesmerize level is high, I think that's what that means. Okay, so we're making him better. His blood quality is already 30% less. Clay Cox. So we fixed him with a fatigue. Clay Cox could also use a fatigue. So let's do that before we end stream. Where is Clay Cox? Is he the one all the way at the end of the right wing? I don't know what the south wing. This would be the south wing. Cox, no. Hampton, no, no. You're not Cox. You're not Cox.
How long must I wait, damn it? Blaming me will not further you.
Unknown. Right, that's the person I need to talk to. Where is this Cox fella? I don't know what happened to him. Can I track him in some way? I don't think so. Clay Cox. Clay Cox.
You are going to reveal all.
I have no idea where he is. It's not over here, is he? There's no one up here, right? Yeah. I guess we'll find him next time. Unless he's out here. Here's no. Okay, can I get it to autosave right now? You know, it sucks that this game relies only on autosave and you can't just hit save. So I have to assume that none of this is going to save what I just did after sleeping in the bed. So, listen, I hope you guys had a great time tonight. I got to go to bed. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and or day for whatever it's going to be. I don't know what we're streaming tomorrow. We'll figure that out. It might be more of this just because I'm obsessed right now. And I just want to keep progressing the story. It just might be. It just might be, okay? Listen, I hope to see you all tomorrow. Hope to see you all the next time if you don't come tomorrow. And, yeah.